It's week 1 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Lions and the reigning Super Bowl champs under the lights on Thursday night.
The Falcons, ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. They go play action on first. Fits it through the middle. There he goes on the right side. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons take a 6-0 lead right away. Almost feel bad for those fans who went to get food before finding their seats here, Brock. While they're waiting in line, got a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage.
And I got a sense a few of them were scooting towards the tunnel to see what the roar was all about.
Yep.
Just like this guy scooted for the explosive touchdown.
The Falcons and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
He's running with it. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
The field opened up, and he simply takes off. This is a reason that even the quarterbacks are timed in the 40-yard dash at the combine, because the elite, well, they can make a big chunk run just like that.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
The Falcons headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And his effectiveness hasn't been limited to what he can do with his arm this season. On that last drive, he reached a significant mark for his efforts on the ground as well. They'll come out throwing. Getting out to his left. He tucks it and takes off. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now looking to throw. Buys time, rolling right. On the move, looking deep down the middle.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
That's grabbed inside the 30. All the way, and that's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a 7-point lead in the first. Drake London with the touchdown. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
1st and 10, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1 play in, and already they're close to midfield. To throw it on 1st down. He's on the move. He's keeping it. Jukes out a 1-stop. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons lead by 14. That, without a doubt, Brock, one of the longest scrambles that you and I have seen, and we'll probably all see for a while, and it ends in a memorable touchdown.
Yeah, we're going to see that again and again and again on replays after this game. Probably on TV all week long. Quite the effort from somebody who proved he could be quite the runner when called upon.
This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And while they've worried about his arm a little bit early, he's been happy to get some yards on the ground, looking like an effective dual threat thus far. Back to throw on 1st and 10. Rolling left, buying some time.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Flush down out to his left. Now here he goes. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway. Ugh.
Chased out to his right. Oh, he's going for it again. Escapes a defender. And he drives this forward to the 6. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Well, the field opened up, and he simply takes off. Even in today's NFL, where dual-threat quarterbacks are everywhere, it's not often a guy can rip off a run like that.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Escapes out to the left. And they will score. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons lead by 14. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And this game has really been a great audition for him, Brock, to show off how well he can do as a runner. I think we could argue that his work there has actually been his early calling card in this one so far. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Getting out to his left. Throwing on the run, deep down. That's caught at the 25. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. score advantage. Drake London with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Hope you weren't settled in to call a long drive there, partner, because it only took him a matter of seconds to go all 80 yards and hit pay dirt.
Are you kidding me? I love big plays just like everybody in the building loves big plays, and it took all of them, the guys up front doing their job, and certainly the playmakers to finish it.
They'll throw on first. Escapes the pocket. Has it downfield, working the left. A lot of mess on the move here. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons running away with it in the second quarter. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Throwing it to start this drive. On the run right, throwing deep down. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. Well, he sure has come out throwing a good ball today, and the passing game has really been clicking early on thanks to his efforts.
Yeah, his play's really elevated to start. His pass catchers have been able to have as a result. And you know what they're all thinking right now? This could be a game where we all get to put up some serious numbers, especially if he keeps throwing it like this.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Atlanta. It's the Falcons, who have 1st and 10. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing now on 1st down. He's on the move. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. It's a gain of 2 on the play. Still some work to do on 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Robinson. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons boat racing them to the halftime locker room. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Nice execution to get that counter to the end zone. Maybe not the play we expected, Brock, but the play that they needed right there.
I love a well-executed counter. I really do. It's like a good boxer, Kate. You set him up with a feint one way, and then you hit him with the knockout the other. Keep them from answering the bell and stopping you from reaching that end zone.
To the air now on 1st and 10. He's on the move. Now he takes it. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Back now, pressure on its way. He calls his own number again. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. 35 on the pickup. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
To throw here on first down. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons push their lead further to start the half. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. On the move, headed right. That's caught. He found some space. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And that completion gets him up to 400 yards in the football game. No, it's a tough mark to reach, but one that every quarterback takes pride in being able to reach, or at least challenge every so often. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Pass play on 1st and 10. Rolling left, buying some time. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here. Robinson goes up and over for the touchdown. The Falcons piling onto the scoreboard yet again. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Airing it out to start this drive. Now he throws deep across the field, left side. He's got it inside the 25. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time he could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons continue piling it on here in the 4th. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
First and 10, they're going to throw. Flush down out to his left. Connects with the open man downfield. Here he goes again. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons running them out of the building. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. As he naps another touchdown, Brock, I gotta ask you, the former QB, is this the point where all the other guys who haven't scored or only have one touchdown today are coming over you saying, bro, why aren't you looking for me? Throw me the football.
They may be saying it, but it's a little more of a look, Kate. Like, really? I mean, can I eat too? Do I get an opportunity to sit at the table? But when you got the rapport these two have right now and the confidence and the timing, boy, you look him up.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Got a man, it's London. At the 20. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons throwing 6 more on the blowout. Drake London with the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards. And 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they have prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Caught, nice gain left side. Again, he's got room. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Falcons continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. The 5th of the game for him, tying the NFL single-game record. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He'll get this complete to Pitts. Oh, stiff arm. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Falcons are running them out of the building. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
The Falcons defend their building and take the win at home. And they're no doubt happy to get their season off on the right track and claim the first victory of this new campaign.